Hey everybody, it's your Sam and I'm here with another video. Today I want to touch a little bit more on my new project that I'm working on in January, which is this month, and possibly on into February. It's called Isekai Detective, and for those of you that might not have watched my previous video that I've touched on it a little bit, but isekai is a term used for a genre of anime and manga that has to do with a person being pulled from their reality and into a game world. A lot of popular animes and mangas out there that inspired this work, this idea that I have, are That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, Overlord, The Rising of the Shield Hero, and Sword Art Online. Yeah, there's a ton more, but those are the ones that kind of tickled my fancy and gave me this idea. This is going to be where there are going to be some detectives, there's going to be agencies all over the world trying to solve the new crisis of people being pulled into games. And we are introduced to this setting. I'm actually going to set this book in Atlanta, Georgia, because it's somewhat familiar to me, and I have created a board here where, you know, it can be inspiring. You can see the city, you can see some of the greenery around it, of course the gamers, and a lot of the colors that I want to use for kind of a inspiration thing. Of course, like a little detective desk. Of course it's aged, but you know, it kind of inspires me. It kind of pulls at the detective influence. The main character is going to be Vera. Her name is Vera Inara Oaks, and her parents were very heavily into Firefly and Serenity, which are TV show and movies. I'm not really going to go get into that now, but that's where they came up with her name and her sister's name. So Vera is a detective. She is an isekai detective in Atlanta. And the reason why she wanted to become a detective is because her cousin went missing when he was 16 and she was about 13. She loved her cousin very much. He was more like a brother to her than a cousin. They grew up really close together and they were always in each other's business, and they played a lot of games together. So when he went missing, she kind of figured that she wanted to become a detective or a police officer so that she can try to find him, or at least help those that were going through the same situation her and her family were at the time. You will meet some of the detectives that she works with. You will also meet some of her family members, and you will meet some different organizations. Vera has a lot of help in her detectiveness. She has her sister, who is a really huge gamer. Her sister is actually a professional gamer. She games on Twitch and YouTube and all that good stuff. She actually gets money from it. And Inara helps her keep abreast of the most common games, the most popular games, and also they game together. And Vera and Inara also game with an organization of gamers. They call themselves Kick-Ass Whedon Gamers because Joss Whedon is the creator, or did the movies and TV shows of Firefly and Serenity. And yeah, all of their gamer tags are Whedonverse based. Inara's is Incensed Inara. Leland, who is going to be another main character, or going to play a pretty large part in the book. Leland, his gamer name is Malls Balls. There's Oz Fur, there's Faith Echo, there's Dr. Brother and Spike Angel, there's Kaylee Fry Grease, and Dr. Horrid for You as some of their gamer tags. So it is all Whedonverse based. And yeah, right here I've pulled some artwork from Christelle. She is actually on DeviantArt. I will leave a link down below, but I actually found her via a blog, and I'll leave a link down to the blog below as well. But she did all the artwork that you see in this photo collage that I've gathered. Go check out her artwork. She does a lot more other than Firefly stuff, but it's Christelle or Christelle. But Vera, she is a really big gamer, but she's also a detective. A lot of times her detective work takes her away from gaming. She's not as big of a gamer. She doesn't have as much time to game as her sister and some of these other guys that she hangs around with. But there's another kind of helper that she has. He kind of keeps her on track, and of course he kind of has to because he's her boss, but that is Captain Augustus Cook. He's also a gamer because he kind of has to be in order to lead the Isekai Detective. And yeah, this is him. His face is going to be Noah Mills. Captain Augustus Cook is pretty much kind of a hard ass, or everybody thinks that he's a hard ass, but in all reality he's kind of a nice guy. Vera doesn't really know how to take him, and they have some issues that'll play out in the book. Now, the whole catalyst to this book is that Inara goes missing, and Vera panics, and she is working doubly and triply hard just to try to find her sister and see what happened to her and to pull her out of whatever game she was pulled into. Helping her do this is Leland and, of course, the captain and the other isekai detectives, but we will focus on Leland right now. Leland's face is Kevin Creekman, and on a side note, Kevin Creekman is a influencer, and from what I've read, he's pretty cool. He is kind of like a life coach thing. He does travel vlogs and stuff like that, but he used to be about 355 pounds, and now he looks like this. I'm using him as my character base or character face kind of thing just because I think he's a pretty cool guy, and he kind of inspired Leland. So Leland is actually a professional tattoo model, and he games as like a side hustle too. So he makes money being a tattoo model and as a gamer. But Vera and Leland work together to try to find Inara and pull her from the game, and along the way they have many stumbling blocks, and one is in the shape of the Game Walkers. The Game Walkers is another organization. The Game Walkers have actually been hired by some of the major gaming companies, like say PlayStation and Nintendo, and of course like Blizzard and some of the other creators of games that I won't really go into, and I can't really probably name in my book, but they are professional gamers, and a lot of them are also kind of scary. They look like somebody just pulled them out of Call of Duty or something like that. They have also been military trained by the game companies, and yeah, that's the Game Walkers. So a lot of the stumbling blocks that Vera faces are going to be part of the Game Walkers, and of course the laws that she has to abide and things that the codes and stuff that she has to follow as a detective so that she won't lose her job or mess things up for other people. That is a little bit more about the Isekai Detective. Let me know in the comments what you think about these guys. Look forward to a few more videos on the Isekai Detective and my progress therein, and we will go from there. Stay kind to one another, be safe, keep writing, and keep being creative, and I will see you next time.